Folks, I wouldn't be accepting I wouldn't be accepting any new friend requests because I have been posting for the last few days, and I think I'm almost on my limit as to the number of friends. I am close to 5,000. So guys, yes, the volcano is in full flow. The clouds have now risen to what I estimate would be about 15 to 20,000 feet, around where you normally see aircraft flying overhead. The eruption itself, the rumbling continues, so it's pushing more and more ash into the atmosphere. I cannot accept any new friend requests because it's breaking the live stream every time I do, so I just have to stick to with what I have. And you could probably check my page for the first recording, as I do these in segments. Yes, this is massive. This is massive. It's an experience that one. It's a one in a lifetime. I wasn't here for the 79, but boy, this is really something to bestow. You know, it's really something. And look, we couldn't have been 6 weeks. I mean, when you consider we only had 15 hours lead time. It really couldn't have been any later. Yes, Janky, Janik, it's in full flow here, you know, so we're recording and sending off, you know. It's in full flow. Thunder and occasionally a flash of lightning, you know. Look, it's almost covered the sun. On the western area, it's gone a bit. It's about, I would say, it's about covered about 1/5 of the country as we're speaking, because it's covering right down to. I'm now in Belmont, which is in the Trumcarosal area, and the clouds are almost overhead. So it's shifting further in the circumference, so it would be pretty much half the St. Lucia Passage maybe, and in the next half an hour, I think centrally what should be covered. That's the situation. Share the live, folks. Soufrière is in full eruption. Thunderous explosions, occasional lightning, and a mushroom of ash is in the upper atmosphere as we speak. Share the life, folks. Here again, the software volcano is in full eruption. Massive explosions or an occasional lightning on the mountainsides. The ash clouds are now covered about, I estimate, about 1/5 of the country. And the sun is practically blotted out on where I am at the moment. It continues to follow as long as there is reasonable visibility. No ashfall as yet has made ash hasn't made landfall in my area, but I suspect that is the case in much of the red zone. Share the life, folks, share the life. Sofre volcano in full eruption flow. Massive thunders, occasional lightning, and a heavy cover of volcanic ash, covering about what I estimate to be about 1/5 of the country. It doesn't look as if it's going to hold in the coming hours, but it's getting darker and darker, so share it as much as possible. But the ash wouldn't fall until maybe we have some precipitation. I don't know. This is something new. I don't know if you're hearing the thunders in the background, but it's massive. It's massive. It's massive. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not accepting any new friend requests, folks, because it keeps breaking the live feed. I did another one this morning, and that is on my page. Yeah. I suspect by the next 2 hours it would be like nightfall here. That's my anticipation. So share it while it is visible. Look, that's where the cloud is on the upper areas. Yeah, and it's now covered just past Strumka. It's overhead for me here, and pushing further south and over the island. This is something that we didn't, thanks to internet, despite all the complaints that people sometimes have, this is an experience that the last eruption couldn't be recorded in this format. Look at this. The clouds are heavy. There's a sort of, I don't know what you call that around the sun there, you know, halo. There's a halo forming around the sun, but that is an indication that there is a lot of ash and ash-like material in the upper atmosphere. So that would tell you that it's gone up pretty high. It's getting darker and darker. Yes, I do have goggles. I bought those a while back, and I have masks as well. The ash is not a problem just yet, but I bought some snorkels, and I've been advising people to get snorkels, particularly those of us in the orange zone. We'll be all right. I know a lot of people are worried, but once you stay out of the immediate impact of the ash and you stay inside, I believe we would be fine. I wouldn't advise too many people to go on the road, or at least if you have to, do that within the next 2 hours or so, because if ash starts to fall, the roads could get pretty treacherous. So if you have to move, make your move, and don't be too anxious, because we don't want accidents at this time. Boy, this is getting big. The mushroom is almost, I could imagine what this looks like from above. This must be massive from satellite, you know. Yes. When it started, I had a few snaps, boy. It was tremendous. It's really funny. I was on farm, and it started exploding. I couldn't find my phone. I had a short period of panic, but I got the phone and retired from farm work this morning and got home. So folks, if you have to move, if you're seeing this and you're in the area that you think you should make a move, I'd advise you do so before it gets overly dark, or before the ash begins to fall on the roads. If not, if you're in the orange zone like me, I would just hunker down, and I have enough water and food. Perhaps it's advisable to catch some water if your pipe system is not yet closed off, because the ash has not yet contaminated the water, folks. So please get some water. Even though be careful with when you're using water, try and save the grey water, the water they use for flushing toilet, because this could be with us for the next few days. And the clouds continue to grow and shift and widen its circumference, and Suffer is not letting up. Total refertilization of this country is in flow. Yep, that's what the cloud looks like above. The halo is there. I don't know if you could see it, but the sun is all but blotted out in this area. That's looking down from the Belmont area, Leeward, looking down to Trumka, and you could see vehicles heading out of Rosal, quite a few of them, and people are taking refuge in this safe area, which is wise. Absolutely, the volcano is in real full flow. I think it's been waiting to refertilize this country after we have destroyed the soils with pesticides and glyphosate. And in a sense, this is how nature, in the end, again takes charge. So we're here, we're watching, we're still listening, but it's a powerful experience. A loud thunderous explosion still in the background, with an occasional flash of lightning. I think that the ash is starting to get a bit low. If you look at the area going down to Trumka, you could see that that it's now starting to settle a little bit. So I suspect in the next hour or so we might have a bit of ash on our roofs. Caravan of vehicles continue to leave the area. It's not a bad idea, you know. Thanks very much, Anisha. Give my regards to Del and tell her that we are okay. We'll be recording this as long as the light permits, and yes, well, this was to happen. In a way, nature is taking its toll on us, but probably for the good. We shall see. The rumbling is now a little bit less, but I expect, like this morning it was rumbling. It was rumbling since yesterday actually, and it is around maybe an hour ago that it started exploding. I don't know if you're hearing the rumbling and thunders in the background, folks. I don't know, but it has been like that throughout this process, and with an occasional heavy explosion. Vehicles continue to leave the area. Funny, I've been hearing a lot of birds. I think the birds have an extra sense of what is really going on, and animals are responding, you know. But generally things are quiet. I'm only hearing the thunders and birds particularly. So the heavy clouds are now past the Trumka area. It is, if you notice, the air is getting increasingly dense and dark, and It's probably somewhere heading for around the Cold Sill area now. So next 10 minutes or so we should be on the total cover. Look at this here. I think the water guys are going to cut off the water, so let me just get that sorted out, folks. But I've already collected a lot of water anyway, so I'm good. I have at my disposal at least 500 gallons of water, and I've been speaking to this issue for a long time, hoping that people would buffer up some water, as the water sources would be closed off within the next hour. So I just saw CW yesterday, the water authority, race by, and most likely he's going to close off the water intake. You know, coincidentally, this is the time that we may need a lot of water, but the water quality cannot be guaranteed under these circumstances. So there we have it. The sun is just about at the edge of the cloud overhead, as the sun is also moving, but the clouds pushing forward, and the air is getting increasingly dusty looking. Yeah. So for folks who just joined, the Safir volcano eruption has commenced. It started about an hour and 10 minutes ago, and has been in full flow since then. It's just like a continuous thunder, you know. I'd ask you not to call or try to send messages on other platforms at this moment, because it disrupts the live feed. Please do not send any messages or call on WhatsApp at this point in time. It doesn't make any sense. Funny, the cocks start crowing in the area, so it seems as though they too detected something. That's it. Heavy clouds. Yes, Josie, I'm trying to, you know, we'll hunker down after this, and we have enough food and water, so we just stay indoors and wait the first 24 hours and see how it goes. Well, folks, there's not a lot more to see really, except that the clouds, you could see the heavy clouds are now passing the coastal area. I think about 1/4 of the country should be under cover, and the explosions are still being heard in the background. No, the rumbling you hear in the background is the volcano. It's not wind. It's a persistent push of of matter into the air. That's how it started this morning. And every now and again you would hear an explosion, and that would create a new level of ash. Really, that's how it's. So the song you're hearing in the background is the continuous explosions from the crater itself. It'll be interesting to see when this all settles what the result has been. I hope all the guys from the who are farming on the hills move to safety, because even yesterday morning I could have seen some activity on the mountain, which is really crazy. See some swallows flying overhead. The birds are very active. Now you could see some different type of clouds on the east. Those are the normal clouds, and what you're seeing overhead here is the sun. The sun is also moving. So I think the movement of the clouds have slowed down a little bit. But the sun is coming out again, because the sun also is moving from the east, coming over the clouds. So yeah. So yes, folks, for those just joining, the Soufriere volcano in northern St. Vincent is in full eruption as we speak. It is expected to continue for a few hours at least, and I'd probably break this live in the next 20 minutes or so and go and get myself a few things sorted out. But that's about it. It's not very much that we could do. We just hunker down and let it go through its process. We are pretty relatively safe still. Funny enough, this morning I've seen some honeybees on farm, something that wasn't around for a while, and you could see how nature really the animals, the insects, how they blend into this whole process. Probably they were anticipating something, but as it stands right now, the rumblings are a little less, but I assume that would be short-lived, and we may have some thunderous explosions in the course of the day. I would close this live in a short while, and I'd be back online to keep you up to date on what is taking place down here. I think things are the first phase. I think we're going through the first phase right now, and in the next couple hours, if things really start blasting again, and it would be interesting to see if this continues into the night, and what sort of fireworks we would be getting on this end. So yes, folks, that's it. That's the water authority just cut off the water supply. So yes, folks, I'm signing out for now, and I'd be back with you as is necessary. If things get a little hot, I would come online and keep you informed. All right, bye for now, and we'll talk a little later. Okay, bye-bye.